Now, the man accused of murdering Nosicelo Mtebeni is appearing in the East London High Court this morning. The Fort Hare University law student was murdered in August and her dismembered body dumped on the streets of Quigney in a suitcase. Her boyfriend, Alutha Pasile, has been charged with Mtebeni's murder. Our senior reporter, Malungelo Booi, joins us live outside that court. Malungelo, very good morning to you. This is essentially a case that shocked the nation, a gruesome, gruesome crime which saw a young woman who had aspirations and ambitions being fitted into a suitcase.
That's right, Mpo. Perhaps let's go back then to August, when Nosicelo Mtebeni's body was discovered on the streets of Quigney, not far from where we are, by community members who said to us at the time that they were shocked because they did not expect what happened to her to actually happen to her, considering the fact that they knew her and knew the accused. Many people describing Alutha Pasile at the time of this incident as a person who's a loner and who did not speak often, who often, most of the time, in fact, would be seen with Nosicelo Mtebeni. And at the time of this incident, a lot of people, including the students at Fort Hare University, that's where Nosicelo Mtebeni was doing her final year studies in law, actually said that all they actually wanted, they want answers as to how something like this would happen, but also ultimately they wanted justice for the 23-year-old. Now, let's remind you then, when Alutha Pasile, the last time he appeared in court here in the East London Regional Court, he had in fact indicated to the court report that he does not need a lawyer, essentially saying that he would be conducting his own defense, and also that he does not want bail. Now, this matter is now in the High Court. What we're likely to see then happening today, we're likely to be told that an investigation into this matter is complete, and that now this matter will actually go on pre-trial, I suppose, and then moved to the trial stages. Mpo?
Malungelo, we also know that Alutha Pasile's family did not attend the funeral, but they've been very vocal on various social media platforms to issue their apology, saying that wanting to communicate that they too were just as hurt and shocked by this incident, and that they were planning to visit the Mtebeni family. Has that happened?
In fact, Mpo, you know, at the funeral, at the days leading up to the funeral, you're right, Alutha Pasile's family indicated that they would want really to meet up with Nosicelo Mtebeni's family and essentially just to interact with them over this particular incident, and also wanted to attend the funeral which was held in Madadiele in September. And I remember attending that funeral and speaking to Nosicelo Mtebeni's father, who said to us as journalists, in fact, that he did not have an issue meeting with the family of Alutha Pasile, and went as far as to say that he cannot, in fact, hold responsible the parents of Alutha Pasile for his actions, for the actions of their son. And that was actually quite an interesting statement coming from the parents or the father of Nosicelo Mtebeni. Whether that meeting has actually taken, really, we're not sure as yet. I suppose we'll find out really in the coming weeks whether that meeting has essentially taken place. But on the previous occasions, when this matter appeared in court, this entire court precinct would be packed with the students from Fort Hare University. And I think it is important to also note that this matter was supposed to be appearing in court on the 9th of November, but it has been pushed forward to today because the NPA is saying that essentially they are ready to proceed. So we will hear then, what will happen when this matter appears in the High Court, as if when then does this this matter actually goes on trial. Mpho?
Malungelo, very lastly, you say that the accused not only abandoned his bid for bail, but also refusing legal representation. Is there anything to read into that when it comes perhaps to an admission of guilt?
Well, it's interesting because Mpho, he has actually not, pleaded at all. And I don't think actually even today there will be any plea that he will be making. I think we're likely to hear, a plea, when this matter goes on trial. When he said that he does not want bail and also he would be conducting his own defense, I mean, a lot of people were kind of like reading that perhaps this guy is actually admitting that he has indeed committed this crime. I mean, there's a lot that some people can read into that, but I think we'll just have to wait and hear until he actually pleads in this particular matter.
Very well, let's leave the East London High Court there for now. Senior reporter Malungelo Booi, of course, who will be monitoring the case in court, a gruesome crime of Nosicelo Mtebeni, 25-year-old Alutha Pasile set to appear in court. We'll, of course, have to listen in on how he pleads for this murder.